Hello YouTube, this is Wendy from Language-Enthusiast. I'm wearing today this kind of thick sweater. I don't know how to call it. We call it, let's see, trainer, but I'm not sure if you can call it in the same way in English. But anyway, this is not a t-shirt, which is kind of thinner, lighter, but it's thicker and more heavier, heavier, because as I always explain several times here and there in my previous videos, that this temperature of this room is maintained at 25 degrees because of my partly broken air conditioner. I cannot change its temperature, so even though I feel really cold inside this living room, which is quite spacey, this is where I always do all the things like eating meals, writing something, studying languages, and anything. Watching YouTube videos, putting on my makeup, doing my hair, whatever. And playing with my dogs, which is the most important thing. Even though I feel a bit too chilly here, I cannot control the temperature because all I do is by pushing the emergency button to turn it on and turn it off. That's all. So if I feel chilly, all I can do is to wear something warmer, to keep me warmer. So that's why I'm wearing this one. And I look like Annie from the musical Tomorrow, Tomorrow, or something like that, because I curled my hair myself, because my hair can get, or now is disastrous. I don't know how to do with my loose curls. So I did my hair, and it's a bit strong, but in the evening it will look much better. It'll look looser. Anyway, today I took serious nap. I've been waking up pretty early at 4 in the morning these days, and it started about a week ago or 10 days ago. I wake up that early to start walking my dogs while it's still slightly dark and it's still very cool outside. In Japan, I'm living in Nagoya in Japan. The place where I live, the temperature gets too hot these days, and so I cannot walk my dogs in the evening. And especially I'm a bit neurotic, and I really don't like my dogs to bark at other dogs. But in the evening, everybody has the same idea of walking their dogs in the evening, right? In the evening and early morning. And so if I choose the wrong time to walk my dogs, it makes, especially one of my dogs named Goro, who is 7 years old and who is a bit older and a bit much bigger than the other dog, even though they are almost the same breed. I don't know why he gets so big. He got so big. I don't know. When he was a puppy, he was living with another dog, a different dog, which was actually a golden retriever. She came after Goro, 1 month after Goro, and since I gave the other dog named Hannah, she's a female golden retriever, and I gave her lots of food, much more food than the food that Goro was supposed to eat. So maybe I would actually I gave him much more food that he was supposed to eat. Because of this, I don't know why, but Goro has become much bigger than his breed. I mean, he is Pomeranian and Papillon mix. Okay. Normally, he should be much smaller, but he's this big, 7 kilograms. Okay, it's kind of big. Okay, and where was I? Yeah, I should choose the time that I walk my dogs. And in this summer, every summer, the temperature gets too hot for us to walk outside during the day. In winter, I walk my dogs during the day, and that's the best time for me because everybody's working, right? Not working, and there are not so many people working in my neighborhood because most of them are working, and the weather is perfect for walking. It's neither too hot nor too cold, right? I mean, I'm talking about autumn and spring, okay? And also winter, okay? And in such a case, walking my dogs during the day is okay. But now it's totally impossible because of the extremely hot weather. So I should choose the early morning. But since early morning at this time of the year, many dog owners try to walk their dogs at this hour. I mean, somewhere between 6 and 7. It can be too hot sometimes, depending on the day, but okay. And then I came up this idea of walking my dogs way before they start walking. And I've been successful, but the problem is that I used to be a night owl. Like I went to sleep around after midnight, okay, 1 or maybe sometimes not 2. Ever since I had my rectal cancer operation, I've been paying much more attention to my health, and so sleep has been my number 1 priority so far. Okay, I used to spend the whole night editing videos and doing something I loved, but no, I completely stopped such stupid things. But instead, I tried to go to sleep much earlier than before I used to, and I've been successful. But still, I was a night owl, okay? But now, I'm completely a night person, no, morning person, or more early riser, okay? And I love this actually because, as I explained many times in my previous videos, I used to be a very early morning driver as a single mother with 3 kids, 3 daughters, okay? Back then, I really had to wake up very early, like before 2, because my work used to start at 2, so I had to go there. It was pretty close to my house. I mean, where I was working was pretty close to my house, but still, I had to wake up by 1, okay, 1:20. Okay, it was still dark outside, right? It's after midnight, and that was when people are still sleeping, right? And that was tough, but that was the best job ever for a single mom like me, because during the day I have so much freedom, okay? So I can do whatever I want. Like I was able to attend all the events that my daughter's schools had, okay, back then. So and with any other reasons, I considered the best job for me at that time. Okay, I feel really grateful for that. Okay, and back to the story. I always go off on a tangent very often because this is totally impromptu speech. This is my impromptu speech, and I even don't know what to talk about beforehand. But as soon as I turn on my iPhone, and this is when I decide what to talk about, and as I speak, I think what to talk about next or something like that. It's very good practice because I can do lots of things at the same time in my mother tongue, but when it comes to English, it makes me feel paralyzed, totally paralyzed, and I don't like this feeling, okay, of awkwardness, and I really have to get over this. And this is something that I always avoid doing during my whole journey of improving my English. I started English when I was 28, when I was still a housewife, and I studied mostly to pass the test, okay? This test called STEP test, it's, I think, the most famous traditional English test here in Japan, though, okay. I was always studying to get the highest score and highest grade of this test, always. And this is the only thing I thought that was able to judge or evaluate my English. So if I was able to get the highest grade, then it automatically means that my English is great, my spoken English is also great. But this is totally wrong, because when it comes to spoken language, you have to speak a lot, right? Like you have done when you were a kid, okay, for a certain amount of time, like until you became 3 years old, 4 years old, you must have spoken lots of your mother tongue, right? So this is actually how you have become a fluent speaker of your mother tongue. So I realized just recently, okay, that I should do the same when it comes to my second language, third language also. My second language is English, and my third language is Spanish, and my fourth language will be Chinese, because I have studied Chinese for a pretty long time before. I was studying both Spanish and Chinese at the same time at one time back in 2005, 6, 7, okay, but I gave up. I gave it up. I stopped studying Spanish also, and I started it again, and I repeated this cycle several times in my entire life, okay? But basically, I'm interested in foreign languages because it's pure fun, okay? It's pure fun, and I always say this, but when you learn another language, it means that you have another yourself inside you, okay? Another mindset, another way of thinking, and another language. And language is just a tool for you to express yourself, right? But if you acquire a certain level of your foreign language, you can use it as you wish, right? It's not as, you cannot speak your foreign languages as freely as you can in your mother tongue, right? It's totally natural, and this is something that also makes you feel a bit dumb, because in your mother tongue, you could explain things more clearly, more freely. Yeah, but still, not everybody can do this, right? Not everybody can continue learning until they can express themselves in their foreign languages quite freely, quite enjoyable. Quite enjoyable. Is it okay? I am not sure, but okay. Anyway, so that's why it's rewarding. It's really rewarding and it's fun. So that's why the more languages I learn and the more time I spend on learning foreign languages, and the more I realize this, and it makes me motivated because it's fun, okay? All right, and back to my story. I don't know where I was, but okay, so that's why I had to wake up early this morning too. Okay, and it's gonna be a long story, so I'm gonna talk about this today, but it is something to do with someone in my neighborhood, and I really had to wake up very early, even earlier than yesterday, and it has something to do with this person in my neighborhood, but I'm not gonna talk about it because it's going to be a long story. Okay, and I got tired after walking. I couldn't sleep. I couldn't fall asleep as early as I wanted, and it made me frustrated, but I gave it up. Okay, gave up the idea of falling asleep as soon as I wanted, and instead I spent some time listening to some YouTube videos, okay, while I was lying in my bed, okay, because you can't sleep. You cannot fall asleep unless you feel relaxed, right? So that's why I tried to feel relaxed, okay, as relaxed as I could last night. And so it took about 1 or 2 hours since I actually went to bed, okay, but without knowing, before I noticed it, I fell asleep. That was a good part, okay, but I didn't get enough sleep. So when I woke up this morning, I was still sleepy, but I had to go, okay, I had to start walking because during the day, I knew that I couldn't, it would be impossible for me to start walking, right? So I had to do that, but I was really tired, and for the last week or 10 days, I have been a lack of sleep entirely, basically, okay. And today, after I came back home from walking, okay, not from work, I decided to go back to sleep. Okay, first thing, I was very, very hungry after some exercises, walking, but usually after walking my dogs, I eat something, but today was another story because I was extremely tired and I had something in my mouth, and I really wanted it to be better as soon as possible. So in order to fix something that is wrong in your body, all you should do is to sleep, okay? While sleeping, everything is healing, right? Everything is healing. So in order not to get sick, you have to sleep. Sleep is the most important thing, okay? So I knew that, so I decided to go back to sleep first thing, okay, after walking. And I took about 4 hours nap, okay? I took a 4-hour nap, and that was pretty long, much longer than I had expected, actually. But I'm happy that I did that long sleep because I really needed it, okay? I really needed it. Okay, and now, so that's why I'm here in front of a camera speaking English, okay, as my daily practice of English. And also it could be very, very good for my therapy, okay, because usually I talk about anything that I want to talk about. And when you talk about something about yourself, you need someone, right? But I don't want to use others' time to talk about myself, okay? So this is the best way for me to talk about myself, okay? I can talk about myself for as long as I want, right? I don't have to care about others' time. I don't have to care about wasting other people's time, right? So, and I talk about something insignificant, not significant, okay? Like when I walked my dog, or when I took my dogs to the trimming salon, or when I was in a band, I used to, or I didn't go to school in high school because, or something like that. I don't think that many people would be interested in hearing such things because it's too personal, it's too boring, it's too insignificant. But this is all the things what actually have happened to me, right? This is my life, even though it might sound boring to other people. But I really want to talk about my past. I really want to talk about something which is happening right now, something that I have in my mind. And so I don't have anyone sitting in front of me to listen to me, okay? And making others listen to my story is something that I don't like the most, actually, because I have some attachment issues, right? And my mother didn't listen to me very much, okay? She was always busy with her favorite TV program to watch. And in those days, there was no VCR, right? In the 70s, probably when I was in 6th grade, VCR, we began to have VCRs, right? But it was still very expensive, so my mother couldn't buy one, and all she was able to do was sitting in front of the TV when her favorite TV drama or entertainment show would start, right? And at the time, I really wanted to talk about something to her, but she was busy in front of her TV. It's a family TV though, okay? She didn't have any personal TV, okay, like we do nowadays, okay? In those days, there was only 1 or 2 TVs at home, okay? 1 or 2 at most, okay? Because we are ordinary people, we were not rich people, so, okay, anyway. So even now, I really don't want let people to sit in front of me to listen to my story, because I tend to find it a bit bothering, to them, okay? So I'm scared of asking someone to listen to me, okay? So that's why talking about myself in front of a camera is the safest and safest way for me. Okay, that's why I always do this. And even though sometimes I feel a bit daunted, because most of the time, or not most of the time, but sometimes, okay, actually, I feel daunted and intimidated, because I really wish I could speak English much better. After the recording, I sometimes regret that I did what I did, like, oh, I could have spoken much better, I could have said this and that too, but I didn't, I couldn't, but there's always another day, this is how I feel now, this is how I think, anyway, so I really needed the long nap, and now I feel much better now. And so there's one thing that I really wanted to talk about today, and it's been about 25 minutes already, I'm gonna cut here. I normally don't edit my videos because it takes more time, and I don't think it's very necessary for me to do, but I happened to a video of Japanese guy, 25-year-old Japanese guy, and this particular video came up in my recommended so many times for the last week or so, 10 days or so, and I began to feel a bit annoyed, because I actually didn't mean to watch any of his videos, and the title of that, I don't remember correctly the entirety, but it was like, could you please evaluate my English or something like that. And I normally not interested in such videos like please listen to my English and rate my English or something like that, because I don't know what please rate my English means, because I don't think your English should be evaluated by someone, because that's yours, right? That's yours. You can decide what kind of English you speak yourself. Yeah, that's how I feel. Anyway, so but since that video kept coming up so many times repeatedly, so I couldn't resist myself watching it anymore, and I clicked on it, and I began to watch it, and I was quite surprised to hear him speak English, because I didn't expect his English to be that good. Actually, I just wondered why he wanted to let people evaluate his English at this level. I just wondered why, and I kept watching it. I'm sorry, I was wrong. That video, whose title is like, could you evaluate my English, came up many times in my recommended. That's true, but I ended up watching a different video of his, at that time. I didn't remember what it was, but actually, and I continue to watch his videos back to back. I mean, I continue to watch more than 3 or 4 videos, and I actually haven't watched the video titled could you evaluate my English or something. I still haven't watched the video. I'm now interested in watching it though, after getting to know about him more than I was before starting watching his videos, and basically I felt familiar to him. I mean, I felt close to him. That's because he turns out to be a guy from Nagoya, Japan, and it's the same city that I'm living in now. So I always say that I'm from Nagoya, Japan, or something like that in my videos, right? And so that sounded familiar to me. And he was still 25 years old now, right? And today I watched his latest video, and in the video, he actually began to find the answer answer of his problems himself. So I'm not I don't think I have to talk about his problems or something, his issues or something in this video, though I'm not sure. But okay, basically, okay, what I learned from watching his videos, that he's a 25-year-old guy, and he's now owns his own cram school with 20 students, okay? And he started his cram school from scratch after coming back from Canada, where he studied in business. Okay, he studied business in Canada for I don't know how long, one or 2 years there, after I guess graduated from university. Okay, and other things that I was able to understand from watching his videos is that okay, he was very intelligent, and he speaks very academic English, and he speaks very beautifully, and he's very articulate, and he speaks clearly, and I totally understand him 100%. Okay, he says that he thinks that he can make himself understood about 70 or 80% of what he is actually speaking in English. But I think that was wrong. That is wrong. I can understand him 100% because maybe because I'm Japanese, okay, but still I think that other people from other countries can understand him 100% of what he's actually speaking in English, because he's very clear and his English is very, very beautiful. Although he isn't satisfied with his English. In his latest video, he says that okay, he should appreciate more for, is that okay, for what he has actually, not he thinks that it's not a good idea to lament or complain about what he doesn't have, okay? He has done so much, okay? And his English is great, just great. There are many Japanese people who can speak English fluently just because they have lived in any English-speaking country for such an amount of time, and they came back to Japan, okay? And there are other people who studied abroad, and they struggled a lot to acquire their great English. Yeah, there are such people who speak great English, okay? And he says that there are many people who we never mastered languages, right? Even though it is our mother tongue, right? I don't think I can ever master my mother tongue, because there are so many unknown words, okay? So many words that I can't use myself. There are so many words or expressions or idioms or sayings that or Chinese characters that I cannot even read, okay? So we are never be able to master our languages, whether it be our mother tongue or our foreign languages, okay? And where was I? And he doesn't seem to be satisfied with his English. Yeah, he could make his pronunciation much better by practicing something that he thinks that he should, okay? Yeah, he can still. He has still room to grow, okay? But at the moment, his English is just great. He can make himself totally understood, 100% understood. And where was I actually? Okay, and he's 25. He's still very young, right? And so he thinks that there are many people who improved their English in much shorter time than he did, okay? And I thought that he had some kind of inferiority about that, but I think this is reality, I guess, okay? And sometimes he wonders why his English still at this level, even though others others' English improved so much more. I think this is because just the lack of practice, okay? In my case, I can say the same thing, okay, about myself. I'm now practicing, right? And for such a long time, I haven't done this, right? So that's why my speaking skills are still this level. Okay, it's obvious. If we want to improve something, okay, and all you need to do is use it so that you can improve it. So it's very simple and it's easy. You don't have to think about it, okay, because the answer is very easy. It's lack of practice. You must have. You say that, maybe you might say that, no, I did lots of practice, but I'm still at this level. Well, this is wrong. If you practiced enough, you can be much better, right? And if you are not satisfied with what you're doing, that's because your lack of practice. But if you practice more but it doesn't make you feel happy, then it's not just the practice. It's more about confidence, right? So that's why when I first watched his videos, I wondered, what is the problem? Okay, what is the problem? I thought that he was talking about his pronunciation. He really wants to improve his pronunciation because he thinks in that video, okay, he video shot himself about a week ago, 10 days ago, I don't know. He has been on YouTube less than 2 months now, okay, and ever since he started the day one, okay, he decided to upload his video speaking in English every day, and he has been doing this endeavor, okay, this journey. And as he progressed, okay, as the more he did it, the more ideas he has been having, right? And so that's why I watched the very first video of his. He uploaded about less than 2 months ago. This is what I always do when I watch someone's video, actually. I really want to know what this person was doing in the beginning, because for me, YouTube is a platform where you can let people know how much progress you have made. Okay, in this respect, not only watching the latest video to know what you are doing right now, but also it's very important for me to look back to the past, okay, to see what this person was doing actually at the beginning. Okay, it's very important to compare the difference between this person in the past and this person at the present. Okay, this is very intriguing also. Okay, and I'm not sure if everybody does this. Okay, everybody ever gets interested in this. I'm not sure, but okay, this is how I always do. And I watched his very first video. He was quite relaxing. Okay, relaxed. Okay, relaxed. That was a pretty relaxing video, and I thought he was okay already. Okay, but he wasn't satisfied with himself back then. That's why he started his YouTube channel, to document himself, okay, this journey, right? And now, about several days ago, okay, he was still struggling, right? But in his latest video, he seems to be finding the answer of his life problems, because he has been talking about this for the last nearly 2 months, right? So that's why I guess it's worth doing. It was worth doing, okay? And he was not satisfied with his English, and he thinks that his pronunciation needs to be improved much more. And I thought that what he has was a confidence problem, okay? Not the pronunciation issue or his English issue. No, his issue is related to his confidence, I guess. And in the middle of 20s, he's in the mid 20s, right? And I don't remember correctly, but one of his videos says something that still not successful in your 20s or something like that. And it implies that he is struggling, becoming successful at this moment, like in his 20s, right? And I thought that he's still young in a very good way, because in your 20s, you have lots of problems and issues to solve, and you get stuck, and it's pretty normal, right? You can't see the future, and you are in the middle of the journey, and you don't know what to do in the future. The more serious you are about your life, the more you tend to struggle with those things, right? I think so. And will be in my 60s very soon, right? So that's why I have much less options in my life. So there aren't as many options I used to have in the past, and this actually makes my life simpler, easier, okay? So I feel fortunate about this, because now I don't have many options, especially after having my rectal cancer. I can't take a long trip because of my toilet issue or something, okay, I'm normally okay, but sometimes I feel anxious about my toilet issues, so I now can't think of traveling a lot, okay. Mainly I stay home, okay, to do something, okay. And I actually don't find this, I mean, like disaster or something. I take it as it is, and I don't take it very seriously. I try to take it easy because this is my life. I cannot change something, okay? And I only have a very limited time left in my life right now, okay? So I can focus on something that I really want at the moment, even more than I did before, right? Okay, so I'm quite lucky, and but if I were in his shoes, if I were younger, as young as he is now, maybe I would have much more issues to solve, because the more time and the more options you have, the more you tend to feel anxious, because you don't always know which way you should take. So, and he's still young, I thought so, and he's still in the middle of his journey, so he can't help but struggle, right? So I think it's totally okay to think a lot, for him to think a lot about his life, and to be serious about his life. And I think it's totally okay for him to spend lots of time thinking about his life. And it's not always, I mean, he can be always happy, right? Sometimes he, excuse me, he must have some bad days, right? It must be really tough, yeah. But the more you think about your life, the more you can grow. I feel this way. And yeah, anyway, his English is okay. His English is above a certain level, and I understand by hearing him speak English. And the moment I started listening to him speaking English, I totally understood how much he studied seriously, how much English he has written, because he can speak like he can write, okay? So this just shows he can write very well in English. I understand that because I also like to write myself. So some people really want to be a fluent speaker even though they can't write properly, okay? You cannot speak the same way if you can't write. I'm a strong believer of this. So the moment I started listening to him speaking English, I understood that he can write very good English, okay? And I respect him this way. And then he can use very academic words, and he expresses clearly, and he can use various kinds of expressions and words. He says that he uses the same words and expressions over and over again, but I don't feel that way. And this is my very first time to think this way when I listen to someone speaking English, and especially he's Japanese. So that's why I feel this way more strongly, maybe. But sometimes I hear that native speakers don't care about your mistakes or grammar mistakes or something like that, because they just want to know the idea that you want to convey. And I always, when I hear this, I always felt a bit skeptical about this. Okay, is it really true? Native speakers don't pay close attention to mistakes in something very small, tiny, subtle. Okay, then it would make me feel much better, much easier, right? But I didn't understand the real meaning of this. But when I listened to him speaking in English, all I wanted to know about was his ideas, okay? And I didn't pay any attention to his overused expressions or mistakes here and there, I don't know. But, okay, all I wanted to know was his ideas, and I concentrated on listening to him, okay? Not for finding any mistakes that he made or something. No. I was totally oblivious to such things, okay? I just wanted to know what he wants to say or something like that, okay? And this is my very first time to understand what native speakers don't pay attention to small things, tiny things, insignificant things means. Okay, all they want to know is your ideas, okay? So if you have something on a message that you want to convey to people, okay, then English is just a tool to convey the meaning of your ideas, okay? And but your English has to be above a certain level to do this in the first place. And his English is perfect in that respect. So I don't think that he has to worry about his English anymore. Yeah, it's okay for him to do something to make his English better, okay? Because it's more convenient if his English is much better. I don't think so. I don't think that he has to work hard to improve his English at this level. No, his English is just okay as it is, because he has a lot of things that he wants to talk about. And he calls it kind of his videos, what he's doing in his videos is like a therapeutic effect for him, okay? It's very good for him, and because it can work as it can have some kind of therapeutic effect, okay? Because he says that he wants to write, he wants to keep his journals, I think in English too, not only in his Japanese, but also his English too. And he wants to talk about himself, and he says that he's an introvert, and he's not a party people type. And so and I really respect him, and I admire him, and I even I'm jealous of him, because he has something that I don't have. Okay, like he has many subscribers now, even though he has just he's doing this for the less than 2 months, but still he has more than 700 subscribers, and he has many comments, he has many views, and he has many things to talk about. And his English sounds very beautiful, academic, and he's so natural, he's so relaxed, and he's so intelligent, and he's serious about his life, and he's so sincere, and he's good looking, even though that he says that he was not popular among girls in school. Though I don't think so. He has a very low self-esteem, I guess, so that's why everything has a lot to do with his confidence issue rather than English issue or something like that. Okay, and but his journey, he's in the middle of the journey, but he already began to find the answer, and it's not the end of his journey yet. His journey will continue from now, right? And how long it will take, I don't know. Nobody knows, but one thing is for sure, he's serious about his life, and it's so beautiful. And I was admired by, I was inspired by him, actually. I'm much older than he is, but I'm still struggling with my spoken language. But I'm determined enough to improve my spoken language this time around. I started English at the age of 28, and it has been so many years since then, right? And it's been only 7 years since he says that he started studying English seriously, but he thinks that he's still at this level. No, he has reached higher than a certain level already. He's been there already, okay? He's been there. And his pronunciation is not such a big deal, okay? His pronunciation is great, okay? He can, no problem. He can make himself understood perfectly. And he has many people who leave comments on his YouTube videos. I think that's great. And I don't want to compare myself to him, but and actually yesterday I finished watching some of his videos, and I had some mixed feelings about my English, or where I am, or something like that. I once wanted to leave my comment to one of his videos or some of his videos to encourage him, but this made me wonder from what point I was going to leave a comment to his video. I don't think my English is better than his, and he's not satisfied with his English, right? And then I thought that at that time yesterday, okay, just after watching a lot of several of his videos, at that time, if he doesn't allow his English to be okay, then he won't be able to allow others' English to be okay. I mean, others' English, that is the level of which, okay, the level of which is lower than his level, okay, the level of his English. So in this case, me leaving a comment to encourage him doesn't mean anything to him, or doesn't mean anything, not anything, but doesn't mean a lot to him, right? In what standpoint are you giving your comment to my channel, to my level? I thought that he would feel that way, so I try not to leave any comment to any of his videos, okay? And I began to feel a bit infuriated. No, I can't explain it, but I began to feel a bit sad and disappointed about myself, okay? Because all I talk about in this video, in my videos, are really insignificant, okay? But this is me, this is my style, okay? And what I'm talking about shouldn't be judged by anyone and shouldn't be evaluated by anyone, because this is my space, and what I talk about is totally okay, right? Anything goes, right? And it took a little while for me to understand this. Okay, I had to ask myself lots of questions. I felt a bit devastated just after watching his videos, because I began to find what I'm doing insignificant, not important, okay? So, but I asked myself lots of questions to, is it okay? Is it really true? Is it really true? What you feel is really true? You feel disappointed about yourself now, but what makes you feel this way is really true, or something like that. And I asked myself lots of questions. I asked myself a lot, and then I began to feel easy, relieved, because I'm nobody else. I'm myself, and it's totally okay for me to feel anything, right? If I feel disappointed, it's okay, because I feel that way, right? I felt that way, and but I really don't want to let those feelings bring me down, okay? So I ask myself, is it true? It is true, okay? And I can't explain it very well, but okay. And anyway, although it took time for me to feel this way, feel relieved, feel relaxed, in the end, I began to feel more energetic, because I accepted all my feelings as they are, and because it's totally okay for me to feel anything, okay? It's not the right or wrong thing, okay? And he's doing his own style, right? And I'm doing my own style, and they are different, and it's totally okay, right? Yeah. And I learned a lot about myself by watching his videos, actually. So his videos mean a lot to people who are watching them, okay? I really want to let him know about this. I don't know how I do to let him know about this, but okay, I really thank him for being there for us, for me, okay, because I was able to realize lots of things by watching his videos, okay, and his English is perfect, okay, and now he is growing so much, and he says that he really wanted to stop what he is doing right now, to break everything, to get out of his comfort zone, to find something new, something different, to make him grow even more. And he's courageous, I think. He's brave and he's enthusiastic, and I really respect him. Okay, I'm not really sure if I can say everything that I felt about him in this video, and in the future I might refer to him again somewhere, but today I don't have any more time. I have to prepare lunch for my daughter and me, but I'm really happy to get to know him. We are in the same city, and he's working really hard somewhere close to me, and I really want to continue watching his videos from now on. Okay, and he encouraged me so much, he inspired me so much, and I'm really happy that I was able to get to know him. Okay, and as Japanese, I'm proud of him so much. Okay, because for Japanese, learning English to the point where you can express yourself quite freely, openly, clearly in English, it's very difficult. It's challenging, and not so many people can do this. Not so many people can reach here, okay, to reach that level, okay. And I've been struggling myself too. I really want to improve myself more to become a better version of myself. Okay, I feel the same way too. Yeah, anyway, yeah, YouTube is fantastic because if I hadn't watched his videos, I wouldn't feel this way now, right? His video came up suddenly in my recommended, and at first I didn't feel like watching the video which came up in my recommended, but I ended up watching some other videos of his, right? And I was so lucky because I was able to find him on YouTube. Yeah, it's very interesting. I mean, this journey. So I'm quite enjoying my journey of improving my spoken English. I was able to find many others, like this Korean woman who is trying really hard to make her life much better, okay? And this Taiwan, maybe she's from where Hong Kong, okay? She's struggling with her life too, and she's very smart too, and any others, okay? Many others. I'm inspired. I've been inspired by so many people here on YouTube, and I really hope that I can inspire you, some of you watching me speaking English this way on YouTube out there. I'll be really, really happy. Okay. Oh, anyway, this is another of my rambling video, just rambling, okay. But I really hope that you have a wonderful day today too, so that you can appreciate what you have, okay. Okay, thank you very much for watching. If you're still there, okay, I'll be back tomorrow too. So until then, bye for now.